Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the Sangean model number MMR-88, and I'll perform an evening medium wave band scan. First, look over features. Second, I'll do a size comparison. Third, I'm going to start cruising the evening band. So let's check it out, the Sangean MMR-88. It's a legend of emergency radio, probably one of the best values, around $50 for emergency radio. It's one of the best tuners out there on AM, FM, and weather alert. Just an amazing radio. So let's check out the features. Left-hand side, we got this armored plate with these heavy corners, which is nice. And we have a 3 LED flashlight, which has 4 modes. Top switch here turns it on. So we have a high, a low, a flasher, and then we have an SOS. There you go. Pretty simple. On the front, you'll see 2 LEDs. One is a weather alert. So when an alert comes through, that'll start flashing. Over here, we have a charge status indicator. It goes from green to red, depending on the level of charge it's receiving. If I cover this, you can see how the solar is passively charging right now. LCD display. When it's off, it has the clock. As you notice, it's 10:34 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I'm near Chicago, Illinois, USA. When you turn it on, other features will show up. You have buttons here. They're rubber jacketed. We have volume. Pretty simple. Up and down. As you can see, it's got an amber backlight. I do like that. Preset button. If we press and hold this while the power is off, it will access the settings. So for FM, you can set steppings of 100 kilohertz or 50 kilohertz. And then for AM, you can switch from 10 to 9, depending on your region. Neat little setup there. And of course, presets, you got 19 of them on this radio. Not bad for a nice emergency radio. Here we have band select, so AM, FM, and weather band. And it says time set. So with the power off, I press and hold this, I can set the clock. Over here we got weather alert. If I press and hold this while the radio's off, it goes into weather alert mode. You put your channel that's closest to you or your best channel. Mine's 5. And if an alert comes through, it'll start a siren going off for 15 seconds, the light flashing, and then the audio will start playing. You can leave that on or turn it off. If you have it on though, remember it does use the battery up really quickly. You may want to plug it in the micro USB jack. We have a power button, long press on, long press off. Tuning up and down and seek up and down. And down here, this little red button, press and hold this and a alarm goes off, siren. This will start making some loud noise. A cool little speaker, actually has some good audio tone to it. I do like it. Public alert. On the right hand side of the radio, we got a spot for the lanyard, another armored plate design. And then we have some jacks here. Open this up. We have a headphone jack for FM stereo listening, which is awesome. USB output for emergency use only, because it's a little battery in here. It's not very high capacity. It's better for just a radio only, not as a phone charger. And then we have the input micro USB to charge the radio. So very cool. Maybe if they update this, maybe they'll go Type C. They might. A lot of radios are doing that. Top of the radio, we'll go to the top. As you saw, we had the power switch for the light. Here we have a nice large solar panel. Very effective. Back here we got the whip antenna for the FM. This will do your FM and NOAA weather reception. And the AM reception, there's a little ferrite bar antenna on the inside of the radio to pick up the longer wavelengths of medium wave. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of newbies to my channel, they ask why I don't extend this for AM. And it's because radios have 2 antennas. The external antenna and an internal antenna. That if they have AM band. So good to know. It's usually in here. It's horizontally mounted. So when you turn the top of the radio towards your favorite station, it comes in clearer. That's how you tune a medium wave radio. On the back, you can see it's a Sangean, multi-power. It's got this dynamo, which is really nice, easy to use. I love it. Yeah, so this video is going to be a little longer because I'm going over a lot of features. Frequency ranges, there you go, for AM, FM, and your weather band. Charge stats are what to take in 3/4 amp, a little bit more. Wow, nice. So that's how much amperage you can take in. Okay, cool. And over here is the battery compartment. And right now in there is an 18350, 850 milliamp hour battery. Now the cool thing is, I wanted to mention before we go on, is that a real cool pairing for this radio are two little flashlights I recently reviewed. And I always like to bring them out. I got the Sofern SC22 and the ThruNite W1. These are great little flashlights. The reason why I like them is they come with these little batteries, rechargeable 16 340s. Oh, where I got the other number. This is 650 milliamp hour, and the Sofern's 800. So it's got a little bit higher capacity. And these little button tops will actually fit in place of the 18350 because the length is just about right, just a smaller diameter. But these do work, and you can actually actively charge your little batteries with this radio. So you could dynamo crank them back up to charge and use a solar to keep these charged, or vice versa. If this battery died, you have an extra one in your flashlight you can put into here. So yeah, this is just a nice little setup. I'll have a plug for the radio and these lights down below in the comments section. Just a great pairing. I'd like it. So, I mean, you're looking at like, what, $19 for this guy. You can get this in black, blue, and green. It's a cool little light. Love it. Magnetic base, same as the Sofern. This one costs a little bit more because it's a little heavier duty. Expect to spend around close to $30 for that one. So there you go, a little plug for those. So let's do a quick size comparison. CC Pocket AM/FM weather band radio as well. I was on 2 AA batteries. That is it. No solar or dynamo crank on that, but there you are for size. Let's see, we have CC Skywave for size. Shortwave radio, AM/FM. Weather, air, and shortwave. There you go. This one does not have a dynamo or solar, but it does have an input to charge nickel metal hydride batteries. Nice. Skywave. Awesome radio. Last but not least, we have Iron Man. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He loves band scans on Sangean radios, man. You know, I just tried to think of something on the fly there. There you go. Deck of cards. Awesome. Flies away. All right. So let's go ahead and turn this on. Long press on. So battery life indicator, sleep timer. I believe if you can keep holding power, it'll disable that. AM band, the band you're on. And of course, that frequency, it said 520. Defaults back to clock when you're not tuning it. It's not a bad thing for an emergency radio. So we're going to go up the band and see if we can't pick anything out. I'm just picking up 530 CHLO, Brampton, Ontario. 441 miles, 250 watts. This is pretty nice. I just heard some music. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this. The Terk Passive Loop antenna. See if we can't boost that signal. This is a fantastic device. It uses no batteries. It just has a coil of wire that actually captures the signal and it actually aims it towards the radio's internal antenna. So we're going to put it perpendicular to where that internal antenna is going to be. And I tune the tuner on the antenna here. This little purple knob here. So we can pick up some extra gains. Let's go ahead and do that. Get some music playing. So yeah, definitely a volume improvement. Okay, let's keep going. This is cool. So 2 stations. 540 is WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin, pointed to the north or south because the antenna will pick up in both directions, but typically north. It's 70 miles away, 400 watts, but the country music station, I think, is CBK. This direction.
Well, yeah, I formed my politics a long time ago in the 1980s when the world was different. It was much more ideological. The language that people used at the time was the language of marketing.
Okay, this is cool. So this is CBK, Watrous, Saskatchewan. This is 1,025 miles away. So in the evening, this thing's a little sweetheart. It's an emergency radio. It's picking up stations 1,000 miles plus. It's incredible. There are, of course, your regular, CC Pocket might even pick it up. So evening time, it always helps most radios, but this radio is doing good. Excellent. Let's keep going.
It knows you don't like being angry. It doesn't show you anything that'll make you angry.
There's 550
unlike
KTRS.
Facebook or something. So it's like a healthy algorithm that eventually also looks at you and goes, Hey, you've been thumbing through this for a bit.
St.
Maybe
Louis,
you should go
Missouri,
outside for a
275
minute.
miles, 5,000 watts.
Or at least get off the toilet. My legs are asleep.
Really, you're
Interesting.
And all the other briefs that have been filed against Texas in both of these cases suggest that
It's got a nice tone to it. This is 560. This is WIND, Chicago.
that's
A local.
inconsistent with the rule of law.
That is a gigantic statement.
Okay, we're just picking up a hint of WNAX, Yankton, South Dakota. 460 miles, 5,000 watts. Let's bring the loop in. We'll just do this a couple times. See if it improves. Tune it. A few stations there. Okay. Of course, you could sit here and listen for the call letters through the static. Sometimes these stations are like this. Typically, this is WTCM 580, Traverse City, Michigan. It's about 215 miles to my east, which is transmitting at 1,100 watts. Keep going.
Store today. Details at newspeak.com. Check out regular sailing clearances, exclusions apply. There's confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID. One thing is certain, whether you're vaccinated
Okay, I think this is WKZO, Kalamazoo, Michigan. 137 miles, 5,000 watts at night.
and COVID. Be vigilant and contact your medical
real estate agent in your market. One of our endorsed local providers or ELP real estate agents.
WMT, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. 175 miles, 5,000 watts.
Years of experience in
Out of the field. A reverse to Hill gave the Chiefs first and goal at the Giants' 7. But on third down, New York dropped into 8-man coverage. Mahomes, right foot in front of the left, takes the shotgun snap. In the pocket, steps up, now backs up, now steps up.
Okay, so this is cool. This is KCSP, Kansas City, Missouri. 400 miles, 5,000 watts. Nice, sounds good.
Great drive and till the end. Intercepted by Julian Love. His first...
Would be a fan favorite because he's one of those guys that if he's on the opponent's team, you hate it. But if he's on your team, you
620 WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 52 miles. There you go.
Hi, this is tax attorney Michael May.
Let's keep going. Two stations mixing CFCO, Chatham, Ontario, and KYFI, St. Louis, Missouri. About equal distance, about 300 miles, 5,000 watts. For this direction, this is WOI, Ames, Iowa. There you go. 265 miles, 1,000 watts. And if I turn it that way, we're getting 640 WMFN, Peatone, Illinois, 75 miles away, 1,600 watts. Pretty neat. I can get a couple stations just by turning it away. They call that nulling the station out. So you have a station from that direction, you want to null, you turn the radio away, the horizontal edge away from that to detune it, and then hopefully tune in a new station, which we are. Cool.
The station that made country music famous.
6:50 a.m. WSM.
So there you go. There's 650 WSM, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles. If I need a country music fix, I just put that on. Straight from Nashville. Gotta love that. Okay, I'm just picking this up. This is WFAN, New York, New York. Home of the Yankees. This is 750 miles. Nice. It's coming in. Some radios have a hard time picking this up. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try to null out that station above it. I think I do this. Edge on. Helps a little bit. Okay. There we go. Giants Radio Network. Nice. All right.
Just to get a win in the World Series. The Atlanta Braves have been using guys who have never thrown a pitch, basically in the regular.
So yeah, here's a strong station that was next to it, causing some havoc. This was 670 the score, WCR, Chicago. A strong signal. We need it as a signal indicator, but again, it's emergency radio. Just getting these stations is fabulous.
Against the Dodgers in the National League Championship Series, they slapped him around. Is he going to suck for 3 consecutive games?
Brian, thank you so very much. So I'll pick up on that.
CJOB.
The importance of the password.
Put a pop-up there.
That password. Again, I'll use my own example.
Toronto is that way, so I'd have to turn this for Toronto. That would be Toronto. This way is CGOB. Cool. That's a far station. Nice. As you can tell, I'm having fun with this. Good little radio, man. When you have a good little radio like this, it's just fun. Just want to use it as a normal radio. 700's quiet. That's usually booming. WLW. Here we go. It's coming in. Sometimes you just wait a little bit. So Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles. Yeah, it just improves on its own signal.
Don't let your joint pain keep you from doing the things you love.
Nice. This is WOR, New York, New York. It's kind of smashed in between 700, which is strong, and 720, which is super strong. Let's keep going.
Absolutely.
Can I just say mousetrap again? Because that was not the one for me last week.
No.
Oh. Could it be a squirrel?
720
No.
WGN.
Oh.
Chicago.
Snowball?
No.
Okay.
But you won anyway, so hang on a minute.
Okay.
We'll get that address.
There we go. Country music. CKDM. Dauphin, Manitoba. 820 miles. Northwest. I don't know if you heard that. You just said it. It's kind of muffled. CKDM. Awesome. Got call letters. You turn up the volume, might be able to hear that. Awesome. Great. Yeah, Zoomer Radio, CFZM, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. I live in the best spot for picking the station up. It's amazing. It's like a straight hop to across the Great Lakes, so it's perfect. Love that.
158. Band handle, flex, ratchet, machinist vice, OBD, 11 scanner. Braxton Automotive has all.
So here's WSB, Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles. A really good night for medium wave tonight. Everything's nice and clear, all in these bigger stations.
Brother, you're backed by Brax. For
For Braxton Automotive, success means knowing you're on your...
BC, a U.S.-based venture capital firm that manages several $billion in committed capital. He also has
WGR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles to my east, that way. Remember I told you you can tune it either way.
Apparently this is news in America. Now, Joe, thanks so much for joining the show.
Good morning, Ben. Thanks for having me.
When you go here, it nulls it out.
You suggested that a man should not take a 6-month paternity leave.
About his story. It's an autobiography.
Here is WABC, New York, New York.
On Super Bowl Sunday in 1969,
750 miles.
Hijacking a United Airlines flight to Havana, acting as a Lone Ranger.
The auto industry. Steel makers are finding themselves stuck with too much of the high-end metal used by automakers.
Here's WBBM, Chicago.
Build as many cars as they'd hoped. Zillow is looking to sell about 7,000 homes after its home flipping business bit off more than it could chew.
Whoops. I think this is WAYY. Eau Claire, Wisconsin, 230 miles away, 5,000 watts.
In coverage right now. Fine. Let that be really gay. Leave Bolton and Gay out there.
WGY, Albany, New York, 740 miles.
By the way, so presumably they think it'll be soon.
I don't know that he has shown that he has earned his playing time. Also, Gary mentioned Dorian O'Daniel. I've been wanting to see Dorian O'Daniel play more football for so long now.
There's a station underneath, WHB, I believe, Kansas City, Missouri, 400 miles, 5,000 watts.
Whenever I don't know what's coming next, because
Mav is doing well. I guess the response was strong to say, let's go Brandon to you, Mark Cuban, with your mandatory...
Here's WBAP, Fort Worth, Texas, 810 miles.
I still say we should still...
It's gonna mean less
WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 310 miles.
We have not done a good job of surrounding him. You told me something that was interesting.
It is blowing my mind right now.
Okay.
We just watched
Ground Zero,
that film.
WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky.
Of course, it's got the feather, and it's got him talking about Denny
300 miles.
And carrots, and Forrest Gump. I think the one thing that
got some music on 850. Not sure what that is. You guys might know. Tell me down below. 850 KOA Denver typically, but this is something different. So we'll keep tuning.
Peut vendre et c'est l'idée de aider les jeunes artistes à se développer.
CJBC, Toronto, Ontario.
Moi, je n'ai pas arrêté de travailler dans...
WWL, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles south.
Illnesses, yet they are not enrolling in the free health program or the compensation fund.
Let's talk about people who are currently healthy. Can they enroll?
Not only can they, but they should.
Okay, here's 880 WCBS, New York, New York.
Proof that you were there. So
nice.
Every year that goes
Coming
by,
like a local.
it gets harder and harder for people to prove that they were in the exposure zone. Register now.
Leave this hour and get ready for our final hour. Is pushing electric vehicle subsidies.
Here's 890 WLS Chicago. It's high-pitched whine coming from the camera as usual. We're going to go a little quicker now. This is Old Time Radio on CHML, Hamilton, Ontario, 430 miles. Barely picking it up. Pretty much going up the band quickly. That's a local station. This is Detroit. CBW, Winnipeg, Manitoba, 675 miles.
Installation
operation and maintenance of your factory equipment and machinery. For your machine repair needs,
ESPN.
look no further than Vans Industrial.
Hi, I'm Dave Van Camp, president of
WMVP Chicago.
Vans Industrial is an industrial millwright contract.
The aforementioned Jim Bohannon and we
KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Westwood 1.
450 miles.
KDKA AM and HD, KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh.
An Odyssey station.
Got chronic joint pain, not
Cool.
having...
Des Moines area attorney, 666 Walnut Street, Suite 1710, Des Moines, Iowa, 50309. Radio station.
Just picking that up. It'll improve. It's WHO, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles. Nice.
What can I do with my free Saturday?
KYW.
Whatever you want. Don't spend your Saturday.
This is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
And a shiny blue shark will magically...
We got some religious music programming here. This is KAAY, Little Rock, Arkansas, going to the south. This is 570 miles. Nice.
Susan, it's so great to finally be...
Here's 1100 WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles. Okay, we're running out of time. I'm going to go quickly, as fast as I can.
Cantu. For nearly 3 hours.
Start Cleveland there.
20-17 to run their record to 4.
KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles. Just picking up WBBR, Bloomberg Radio, New York, New York.
5 years in federal prison, the sentence handed down by a judge in Southern California to Army veterans.
WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles.
It was a sting operation. Domingo had converted to Islam and...
Vegetables in a capsule.
Local.
To deliver the 50 votes in the Senate. Fox's Jared Halper of the Treasury Department says it plans to borrow
Wham,
$1
$1180.
billion during the fourth quarter of this year.
This is Rochester, New York, 545 miles.
Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Going. Almost through.
Picking his head during protest at Howard University in Washington over student living. 680 to Reverend Jackson has been kept overnight for...
Mixing
To
stations
decide
there.
their next governor. The tight race pits former Democratic Governor Terry McAuliffe against Republican Glenn Youngkin.
WPHT, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
For kids on Tuesday. Director.
Let's go up to the top of the band.
Rittenhouse, the young aspiring police
This is WHKW, Cleveland, Ohio.
looting arson in Kenosha during protests against racial injustice last year. The state is looking to get you tomorrow morning. This is SRN News.
Do you know how much you're really paying for life insurance through work? I can almost guarantee you're overpaying.
Okay, he said Kenosha, so I'll check to see this Kenosha on 1220, but usually it's Cleveland. Okay. Keep going here. So pretty much not much going on, so I'm going to go all the way up to 1530 here, because usually this is, they call this the graveyard part of the band, where it's going to be a jumbled mess. So go up to 1530. WCKY. Sports station here, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
Attorney, 666 Walnut Street, Suite 1710, Des Moines, Iowa, 503.
This is KXEL, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles. Go a little quicker here. Let's get to the top here. 610. CHHA, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. Okay. Almost through the band. The mighty KCJJ. Iowa City, Iowa. 175 miles, 1,000 watts.
Case is the best team in the conference. Because, you know, right as you're about
KCNZ, Waterloo, Iowa. 210 miles, 1,000 watts. And we're almost through.
And then even Patrick Mahomes.
WQLR, Kalamazoo, Michigan. All this top band stuff coming in good. Just picking up. Sometimes I pick up some nice music programming out of WPTX, Lexington Park, Maryland. 1700 is usually KBGG, Des Moines, Iowa. 280 miles. Now the music is KKLF, Richardson, Texas, which is 790 miles to the south. And sports to the west. Okay, we're done. Turn off. It's not coming in great, but it will improve, of course, as time goes on. So there it is, the evening band scan. Give me a big like if you enjoyed the Sangean MMR-88. Pretty cool. I mean, if you wait and give enough time, the signals do improve. I just can't do that forever because this video's got to stay under a certain amount of time. Don't forget, if you like this radio, I got links below. You can support the channel, pick one up. Costs the same amount of money to you, and I get a little kickback for the channel. Keeps me running, keeps everything going. Then you get these little flashlights here. Links to these. These are awesome. What great support flashlights for your emergency radio. And then, of course, these little batteries can fit in your emergency radio. So you can charge them directly instead of using the power bank feature, which is not efficient. It's more efficient to take the battery and put it directly in the radio. So yeah, I like that setup. So yeah, the plug for those. And yeah, they're in the radio. It's awesome. So yeah, get this stuff for maybe for Christmas or something. Yeah, I definitely would look into getting this one. It's probably, like I said, the best weather radio you can buy on the market. It's just, it does such a great job. I mean, it's everything you need when you're on the run and you need something to keep informed. I like it. Definitely awesome. All right, guys. Let's see. Yeah, definitely subscribe, hit the bell icon if you want to know more about Sangean radios and comparison reviews. And 3, comment below what you think about the MMR-88. It's definitely been around a while. Do you think it's still viable today? Now, the C-Crane CC Solar radio that's coming out, it's hard to find right at this moment because of supply shortages. They upped the game. It's a similar type of radio with a large solar panel on top, but they went with an 18650 for higher capacity and the ability to use dry batteries, I think AA batteries. So I'm really excited to get that radio reviewed and compared to side by side. So definitely something to watch for. Okay, guys, take care, and we'll see you in my next video.